Hello and happy Monday, everybody. I hope you all had a great weekend, as usual. All right, so we're going to do a reading for the week ahead now, and I've decided to use two decks of cards today. So I'm going to use the Earth Wisdom Oracle. As you can see, I've had it for a long time. This is a beautiful oracle deck, and I feel like this energy that's coming up for Thursday for the new moon in Scorpio is going to be really great. So I'm going to use two decks of cards, Keepers of the Light Oracle. I'm also using this evening, and we're going to see what that brings up for us. So, just to quickly give you some info on this new moon that's coming up on Thursday for the Scorpio energy. The Scorpio energy is very emotional to a degree, okay? And it's a very intense kind of energy, and it can be very transformative. That is the key. All right, that's the kind of word that you really want to be focusing on when you're doing an energy session and setting an intention for yourself. That is what you want. So you need to say, where do I want transformation in my life? Where do I want positive change? This is very spiritual energy when we're talking about Scorpio, very psychic, clairvoyant, in touch with their intuitive faculties. And they can be very much immersed in things where they can learn something new, and they are open to new subjects, to discovering new things. It's about finding resolutions to things, sorting out a situation in your life where you've really been wanting to get results and you didn't feel like you're getting them. Okay, it's got this magnetic, attractive kind of energy, and it's very intense. So how you use that intensity is going to be up to you, and you can be at the mercy of it. You can feel like a victim of this intense Scorpio energy, or you can channel it and you can say, how can I use this intense transformative energy to my advantage? So that's what I'm hoping to do for everyone who's doing an energy session on Thursday. That's going to be my intention for you. Positive transformation. This can be for anything. This can be if you want to get rid of, financial constraints that you have. It can be if you want to take your business to the next level or start a business. It can be to transform something about a personal relationship that you have, or personal issue that you have, an addiction that you have, maybe some kind of a karmic situation, a family karma, or a relationship with a parent, a past life issue, whatever it is that you want to focus on and shift, and you're sick of dealing with it, you're sick of having it, okay? That is what we're kind of looking at and what we're wanting to really set the intention for. So that is what will be the main focus on Thursday night, new moon in Scorpio. Okay, so we're going to be asking today Keepers of the Light for some guidance, and also Earth Wisdom Oracle, which has got a very Celtic kind of a theme to it. Really beautiful cards. They also have an association of a plant or a herb and a stone or a crystal. So for any of you who are into that, it's really going to help and give you some positive messages, hopefully. All right. I'm going to do the Earth Wisdom Oracle first, just because I got the feeling that that's what I need to do. So we're going to be asking them first, what is the main energy we need to be focusing on, or the messages we need to be focusing on, or the most important things that we need to hear right now. What are the most important messages that we need to get coming through to us for this week ahead? All right, so let's see. What's most important for us to know right now, please? Here's the first one. Nurture. All right, so this has been something that's been the forefront of many of the readings that I've done this week, and that is nurturing ourselves, looking after ourselves, bringing balance. Do you see that this is a 9 and a 2? So that's the number 11. That's saying bring things into balance. Where there is imbalance in your life, and this sounds like a reiteration of the reading I've just finished, literally, but where there's imbalance in your life, you need to bring it back into balance, whether that is going outside, spending time in nature, doing creative endeavors, listening to music, doing art, immersing yourself in whatever you do, flower arranging, painting, music, and that incorporates listening to music. You don't have to play an instrument or anything like that. But this is about nurturing yourself, nurturing your spirit, getting into contact with yourself again, with nature. All of these things are imperative in order to keep your life in balance. Okay, you're seeing some milkweed in this picture. This is about self-care. It supports self-care. It encourages healthy nourishment in your body. It helps you with weight loss issues, eating disorders, oral addictions, digestive issues. All of these kinds of things are being mentioned. So think of maybe how you can address these things at this new moon in Scorpio. A new moon also is when the moon is dark. It's the closing of a phase before it starts growing again. So it's like being done with something. Okay. And then we've got chrysoprase as the crystal here. Some people say chrysophase. Okay, but this is a very nurturing stone. It brings energy to your physical body. So when we've got this chaotic life that we live, it's easy for us to forget to take care of ourselves, to not be exercising self-care. But your body and your soul exist together. They're one thing. Okay, the health of one affects the other one. And when you begin to take care of your body, including getting enough sleep, all of these kinds of things, nurturing it, eating the right things, omitting the foods and things that are not good for you, you grow stronger on a soul level as well. Okay, so the butterflies also again represent transformation. And when you take care of yourself, you will see that transformation. When you bring your mind, body, and spirit into balance, that is when we have abundance on all kinds of levels in our lives. I just want to show you the picture up close. Beautiful deck of cards, this. Okay, so let's see what else we get. What else do we need to know this week ahead, please? What's most important for us to know? There we go. Responsibility. Okay, let me show you that one up close quick. Beautiful cards. This is the number 10. Okay, and what I'm getting when I see this card immediately is that we need to take ownership for certain things. We need to take ownership for closing the chapters that we need to close, phasing one thing out in favor of another. What do we want to end and what do we want to begin? We can't say, oh, well, I want to stop that, because often we don't realize that we need to replace it with something else. We need to keep that balance that I spoke of a couple of minutes ago. All right, so if you are phasing something out, replace it with something else. And I'm not talking about replacing smoking with eating, okay? That's not what I'm talking about. Replace maybe, eating something that's unhealthy with learning how to make a different recipe for something that is healthy. I've had to do that in my life because I've struggled with certain health issues and weight issues and all of that kind of thing before as well. So I had to find something to replace it with. I couldn't just say, well, I'm going to stop that, because then that puts you in a mindset of lack and deprivation, and you don't really achieve what you want to achieve. I love the way that these cards actually look like they almost have the same kind of background. It looks like the same forest in the back there. It's quite lovely. All right. I also just want to talk about this sign that you see here on the rock. Let me just show you again. Get it into focus, hopefully. There we go. Okay, so this is a card that is, or this is a deck of cards at least, that is really focused on the Celtic mythology, all right, and the Celtic symbolism that they use that is very important to them. And when we see this particular symbol, it's called an Arwen, and it symbolizes inspiration and the essence and the balance, again, balance of masculine and feminine energies. The masculine energy is very expansive and giving. It's about how expansive we see the world, how giving and generous we see the universe to be, and it shows the feminine energies as well. So how receptive we are to accepting those energies, how receptive we are to letting others help us, and how receptive we are to nurturing ourselves, allowing ourselves to be nurtured. This is like the yin and yang, balance of masculine and feminine again, and it's about you need to take responsibility to bring that into your life, to allow yourself to receive those things and to see the world in a different way, not to be at the mercy of it or see yourself as a victim, but on the other end of the spectrum say, I have these opportunities, I have these things available to me, and I need to grab them with both hands. All right, let's pick one more card. I'm warning you all that my dog has fallen asleep, so if you hear any strange snoring noises in the background, I apologize in advance. Okay. She's decided she needs to be here. Okay. Last one. Here we go. Oh my goodness. They couldn't shout it at us any louder if they tried. Alright. Heal thyself. Okay, again, we have this heart healing as well that comes up here with the green stone. Any green stone, any pink stone, this is focused on the heart chakra or the energy center, which centers around your heart. Again, she has this forest in the background. It's very slightly visible because obviously it's nighttime, but she does have it there. And she's sitting in this tree trunk that she's emerging from to pull this crystal out of the water. And this is very much about healing yourself from any pain from the past. All right, I'm talking about relationships of all kinds. It doesn't just have to be romantic relationships. It could be something with a parent, it could be something with a sibling, whatever it is that has been hurtful or harmful to you in the past. This is about giving yourself permission to heal it, and to heal it once and for all. All right, don't let it linger. It's not doing you any favors holding on to the memories or the resentment or whatever the case is here. Heal thyself. You're getting the instruction to do so. And when I see a 4 and a 2, it's a 6. And a 6 tells us to review things. Okay? It sometimes can be kind of like a warning, or to say to you, hey, you need to reflect here because something needs to be taken notice of. Okay? It shows that there needs to be an adjustment in your attitude, adjustment in your thoughts, and that will bring an adjustment in your physical 3D environment. And it does represent the ability to transcend difficulties, to overcome difficulties. And I mentioned in the post that I just did, actually in my Telegram channel, that when I'm setting the intention on Thursday, this is again the same kind of thing. The ability to triumph over adversity. Those were the words that I used. Okay, so this is heal thyself. You are being implored to do so. So please make sure that you are being very cognizant of the things that you are not doing for yourself. All right. There's a stone here that is called Peridot. I'm sure some of you are familiar with it. It's very good for healers to use to heal themselves. Okay. So it maintains their health and it helps them to help others by protecting them, especially if they deal with people who've got emotional issues. And then we have aconite, which is the plant here, and that gives protection from fears. Okay. It's also when we look at the darker aspects of ourselves, the darker aspects of our personalities. I think that's why we're seeing almost the same forest in a nighttime setting. Okay. This is what it's talking about. It's talking about illnesses or hurt that we have that is not physical. Okay, it's things that have got deeper roots, and in order for you to move to better health overall, you have to tap into those things. You need to enter your heart. You need to confront your deepest fears. You need to find that poison that's deep inside of yourself that can stop the hurting. You need to remove it. You need to allow the healing to come in. Okay, there's an affirmation in this book that says, I value my health and have the courage to do what is necessary to maintain it. I do not merely address symptoms, but I go as deep as necessary to the roots to root out the problem. There are emotional and spiritual connections to physical manifestations of ill health. Okay, so look into those kind of things. If you want to look up Louise Hay, not everybody believes in her methodology, but she did have a system where she attributed certain emotional and psychological things to physical ailments. And I personally, and for many of my clients, have found that she's spot on with a lot of things. So if you have a back problem, or you have a particular problem with your eyes or your hands, or whatever the case is, she tells you which mental or emotional trigger that has used to cause this physical manifestation. And a lot of the time it's because we've kept holding onto it for so very long, which might be the case in these kind of things where I talked about old wounds from you know, unbalanced relationships with parents or whatever the case is, or old friendships that you've never sorted out, or old lovers that hurt you and you've never actually dealt with that. Okay, so last but not least, we're going to quickly ask the keepers of the light for some guidance for the week ahead. So let's see what's most important for us to know right now. What do we need to know this week going forward, please? What is the most important advice we need? Oh, there we go. There's 3. Lady Isis pops up. Magic manifesting. Oh my goodness, guys, we couldn't have got a better card. Seriously. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. This is exactly what we're talking about. Manifestation. Triumph over adversity. If you've tried to do it before, don't give up. This might be the time that you can tap into this energy that's so dynamic. Look how beautiful she is. Look how balanced she is. Look how she's focused and completely centered. She looks you straight in the eyes. She doesn't waver. Okay, beautiful. Magic manifesting. This is what you need to be focusing on. Master Jesus. Forgiveness. Okay, this will help definitely. You can see there's so many pantheons and different belief systems here. So please do respect whoever believes whatever they believe and take it from whence it comes. The message is most important. It doesn't matter what belief system or pantheon it's come from. Forgiveness. You are on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Father healing is possible at this time. Father healing came up for another client today as well. Father healing, again, when I was talking about the balance of masculine and feminine, father healing is expansiveness and giving. And if we don't have a balanced relationship with a father figure or the men in our lives or the masculine energy within ourselves, we don't see the world as generous. And this can directly affect your abundance, okay? Emotional abundance, abundance in opportunities, friendships, money, all of these things. We block ourselves off and we think, oh, the world's never given me anything. I don't ever get any of that. It blocks us off from that because we don't see it as giving. Okay, so that means that some issues have to be dealt with a father figure in your life or with your own masculine side. Okay. So, very interesting and very lovely. I like the lotus flowers. Freya. Okay, Freya is the Norse goddess. So we've got a couple of different pantheons here. Egyptian, Christian, Norse mythology, and or Norse paganism rather. Okay, let me just try and get Freya to focus. Maybe there's a message there for us. There we go. Okay, phases and cycles. Well, we are looking at a cycle of the moon, which is the new moon, and she's got the moon behind her, and it says here, there is a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. The new moon will be an ending. It will be a closing of a chapter to begin a new one. Very significant. Okay, phases of the moon, cycles of the moon, and phases and cycles in your life. You have to honor that, and that we do have phases and cycles in our lives all the time, beginnings and endings on a constant basis with all sorts of things. And it can be an ending for you that you can manifest and decide that you're done with something. Okay, like I said, it can be a health issue, it can be addiction, it can be a relationship that's not good for you, it can be an old job, whatever it is. Don't hang on to something because you've been doing it for a long time, okay? It doesn't mean it's good for you. Okay, guys, I sincerely hope that you have the most amazing week. I do hope that you can focus enough to manifest whatever you want, to be focused on that and send out a clear message to the universe of what it is you're trying to manifest. Remember that if you scatter your energy too much, you're sending out 10 different signals and it's not clear. You need to decide, this is what I want, this is what I want to focus on, this is what I want to manifest, and make sure you're sending out a clear white stream, a clear signal to the universe of what it is that you're trying to work towards. Then it says, oh, that's what you want. Okay, let's organize. I will give you the people or the means to achieve what it is that you want to achieve. Okay, I hope it goes well for you. Please remember, I can only take bookings up until Wednesday evening because Thursday I will spend the whole day prepping for the energy sessions. All right, and I will leave a link below. If you do want to join that energy session, there'll be a link to that item in the Etsy shop. All right, I wish you all a beautiful week. Take care and lots of love.